This week, our assignment was to read over the strategic plan provided to us by Ms. Felt, which is a process involving the SUNY Canton community that began in 2009 and is focused on the educational mission and their goals for 2020. There are many elements to a strategic plan, such as the vision, the mission, the financial assessment, and the SWOT, which stands for a summary of the current position to include your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Today, I'll be discussing the areas in this plan that I believe focus on the purpose and the intended audience, the degree of formality, and the use of graphic support, and the parts included as we read about in Chapter 11 of our text. First, let me begin by identifying the parts included. It's basically Part E of the discussion. I kind of thought it was fitting to put it at the beginning. You can reference Figure 11.1 for this one. This report has many preliminary reports to make mention of in here. On page 1, of course, is the half title page, which contains the report title, Strategic Plan 2010, as well as the school name. On page 2 is where you'll be able to find the table of contents, which, to quote our text, provides the reader with an analytical overview of the report and the order in which the information is presented. This report additionally has a presidential message written by Joseph L. Kennedy, president of SUNY Canton, which is located on page 3, and I believe you can consider that the executive summary. Mr. Kennedy basically summarizes the report that the reader is about to read. This report contains an introduction on page 5, a body wherein the main content is described, pages 5 through 13, and the conclusion or analysis which can be found on page 13. Lastly, on page 15, you'll be able to find a list of acknowledgments, which includes all members of the campus and community who assisted in constructing this plan. Now, on to discuss elements A through D of the assignment. I'll begin with purpose, or the mission of the message. That can be found on page 5. It is stated that SUNY Canton's main mission is to provide an affordable, accessible, and high-quality learning environment for its students, thereby allowing their students to eventually reach their highest potential. Additionally, the main goal or purpose of this plan can be located on page 6, where the strategic themes are listed. Basically, this is a list of the key themes, which are noted to include the main missions of the SUNY schools, not just SUNY Canton. Obviously, the goal is to create a high graduate rate, but it goes beyond that. SUNY Canton is striving to teach its students to be able to think critically, be able to integrate technology into their everyday lives, and become self-starters and leaders for the future in the real world. SUNY Canton's ultimate goal is to provide the operational effectiveness to ensure financial strength. Their long-term financial plan is reaching as far as 2020, and their concern for financial stability is a rather large issue, considering the fact that we're currently digging ourselves out of a pretty bad economic hole. And our technology is ever changing, making it really expensive to keep up with, all the new fads that we can use. The intended audience of this plan seems to be the faculty of the school, the SUNY students as a whole, and any potential future students or employees. It appears to be a means of attracting a larger amount of students by discussing their plans for technological advances to be made that they anticipate making prior to 2020. As well as their dedication to preparing their students for their lives and their careers after graduation. Referring back to the parts included, I find that based on the contents of the strategic plan, which include its title page, introduction, body, and conclusion, and overall structure, I would say that this is definitely a formally executed report. It's obviously aimed at a wide range of people, both within the SUNY Canton environment, their current students and faculty, but also to potential students, maybe their guidance counselors, their parents, when they're trying to find the best fit for them as far as colleges go. While graphics such as charts, tables, and graphs are not a part of this strategic plan, there are some visual aids that help to break up the text, but also to show students, while they're taking part in their educational environment, with hands-on training. I think this is important to this plan as it helps potential students really be able to picture what their lives will be like as students of SUNY Canton. and what they can expect to partake in while participating in the hands-on training that's offered. Well, that's basically all that I have on this topic. I really thought that it was a well-structured and executed report, and it's definitely something I could refer to in the future if I ever needed to create something similar. So that's all. Have a great day.